Are you starting to gain Byler doubt? In this video, I'm going to make all of that Byler doubt float away, just so that you can assure Byler will be endgame before Season 5 comes out November 26th. This is the second part of Byler Proof because you guys loved it so much. So thank you so much for all the support. But I'm so excited to be making a second part. It's been long overdue, so I'm really sorry. Over on my Instagram, I asked for pieces of Byler evidence or just anything Byler related that I could put into this video. So if I do bring up anything that anyone shared with me, I will be giving credit where credit is due. But I will also be including some of my own pieces of Byler evidence in here as well. Let's get started. Ghostbusters and Season 2 parallel. This is credits to Amelia_MNC. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But when you pointed this out to me, I was like, whoa. I'm so, I can't believe I never realized that. Okay, so in Season 2, we know that Will gets possessed. But also in Ghostbusters, Dana gets possessed. But Mike dresses up as Venkman for Halloween. And Venkman is Dana's love interest in the movies. So in this situation, Will is Dana and Mike is Venkman. So they are each other's love interests. I think that this is such a good theory because it's like Ghostbusters has put so much inspiration into Stranger Things, if that makes any sense. So I feel like it makes sense for it to be a parallel. I don't know if this was on purpose, Duffer Brothers, but also I think it was because they're so similar. They're so similar. And also Finn ended up becoming a Ghostbuster. So what are the chances? Lover's Lake Gate. In a new trailer, I think maybe it was for Spain that got released, there was a shot of Will and a separate shot of Mike. They were both separate shots. But we know that there's the shot when Mike is shielding all the kids like Derek and Will and Joyce. We know that his hair is wet and Will's hair kind of looks wet too. But if you really think about it, they're the only ones with wet hair. The only ones with wet hair. We've also seen that clip of Will kind of in the boat and his eyes are closed. They're you know what I'm talking about? You know that clip? And his hair is wet. It's so strange to me that their hair is the only hair that is wet. It could be a callback to a Season 3 rain fight because it's not an unlikely situation for it to rain. But you would think that people would have been outside and other people's hairs would have been wet. You know what I mean? I don't know how to... It's so weird. It's so weird. It just seems truly impossible for it to be a rain fight callback just because you truly would think that everyone else's hair would be wet. I think Lover's Lake Gate could be possible. The thing is, we would have to know, how far away the military base is from Lover's Lake. Because if their hair is that wet, it would have to stay that wet. You know what I mean? The thing is, how is their hair staying wet for that long?
Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I don't know. I literally don't know. And I want to know, because I'm confused.
Obviously, maybe they're, sweating, but, I don't know. I really do want to know why. Are they the only ones with the hair? Why? Will being Vecna's right-hand man. I know this isn't really a Byler theory, but I feel like a little bit of this does kind of attach to how Mike feels about Will, so just stick with me. So I think Will become Vecna's right-hand man at the end of episode 4, which would be the end of volume 1. So it would be a pretty good cliffhanger. I don't know how, but I think Vecna will show up. And I don't know if this will be Will discovering his powers or the first time using them, but I think something along those lines, he'll use his powers, but they will tire him out under certain circumstances. He will just pass out from using his powers for the first time or just discovering them. No, I don't know, but I just think that he would get tired out from it and pass out. And that's why we see Will on the floor next to Joyce. You want a Sprite cranberry?
Yeah. I have just one query. Want a Sprite cranberry? Yeah.
But also, Will is on the floor when Vecna levitates him. He's on the floor previously. And I just know that is all in the same setting. Besides the whole, Melvalds thing, that's in a different spot. And we see Vecna shielding off fire in the downtown Hawkins area. So you would think that downtown Hawkins and the military base are close. Because I think that all this happens pretty close to each other at the end of episode 4. I know this is confusing, but just stick with me. But I think Mike and Joyce see this happen. I think they see Will get taken in as Vecna's right-hand man. Because this has to happen, you know? This has to happen. And I think obviously the both of them will be devastated. That's Mike's boyfriend and that's Joyce's son. But there was this leaked image that I feel like no one ever talks about, and it's Mike in that same outfit, in the same environment where Vecna tells Will you were going to help me one last time. Same everything. Literally same everything.
Okay, editing Lucy here. I do realize that the outfit he's wearing in this leaked picture that's supposedly Mike, yeah, he's not wearing the exact outfit, but he's wearing that same jacket, like that thick puffer, like vest jacket looking thing. I'll put a picture, but like he's wearing a beanie, and we know he wears a beanie in his like military looking outfit. And if you look, there's military like soldiers, like there's people everywhere on the ground.
I know that that's Mike, and it's in the same exact setting. It's literally in the same exact setting as the whole Vecna-Will showdown. It's in the same setting. You can't tell me otherwise.
No one talks about it though, but he's on his knees praying. I'm like, why is no one ever talking about this? Why does no one talk about this image? Like I said, I know this isn't really like any Byler proof, but this shows Mike's like empathy and feelings for him, and this shows how devastated he would be, because this is like one of his biggest fears, losing his best friend again. Boyfriend. I don't know. I mean, why else would he be on the floor? And Vecna in this shot when he's on the floor is right behind him. So, or like next to him, to the left or right of him, I don't know. But like he's near him. And so I'm wondering, like, is he watching Will get possessed? Is he watching Will get taken in? And he's just trying to save Will by praying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But he's on his knees. Maybe he's ducking from something, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he's like, you know, I don't know. But I know that it has to probably do with Will getting taken in. Maybe he's watching it happen. Maybe he watched it happen and it's after. Maybe it's before. Maybe it's during. You know what I mean? Season 5 promo. There is a lot to cover here. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. First of all, Finn and Noah reacted to the rain fight scene.
Okay, this is Stranger Things 3, Chapter 3, The Case of the Missing Lifeguard. And this is Will and Mike's argument. That's sad that Mike is like that, because he comes around in the end. He still wants to play games in D&D.
It's not my fault you don't like girls.
Damn.
Oh, stab in the chest for that kid.
That look on sort of both their faces is sort of like, well, he didn't mean for it to come out like that.
He was like such a great friend to him in season 2, and then I don't know what happened here.
Finn was very, like, empathetic towards Will. Very. He was like, he didn't mean it to come out that way. Like, Mike, why are you so dumb? Like, period, Mike. Period. But anytime Finn would react to a 11 scene or he was, like, talking about the scene, he would never say anything about the actual relationship or 11 or Malevolent in general. He would never say anything. He would just talk about the experience, about like filming it or like what went on behind the scenes. He just would never talk about the couple. Literally only the memories behind it, which what else is he gonna do? Let him shine. I think one of the most memorable moments for like the season 2 promo was when Finn and Gaten reacted to the Malevolent reunion scene at the end of season 2. The one thing Finn said was, the only thing I can remember is the candlestick, honestly. Malevolents were attacking him. Please go get a job. Please. Why are we bullying Finn for this? If that's the only thing he remembers, he can't help it. He was a small little bean. Let him remember it. Another thing, when Finn and Millie finally reacted to a scene together, can you guess what scene it was? You're as cold as ice. I think this is my favorite thing Finn has said in the entire world. When him and Gaten reacted to Malevolent's like fake out death in season 1, the only remarkable thing Finn said was, she's gone, bro.
I'm not even trolling.
I literally, oh my gosh, I love that. Malevolent shippers were coming at Finn in the comments because of how he never ever said anything about Malevolent. He never did. He never ever did. Also, during season 2 promo, Crazy Together was everywhere. Like, Netflix was literally tweeting it. But it was also in the broadcast message image for the weekly promotion, if that makes any sense. I find it very interesting how they really just like to incorporate that with everything. No wonder. Anyways, anytime they would post a recap for that season of reactions from the cast members, they would always Photoshop Mike, 11, and Will next to each other. Even if that's not how it was in the video, because most of the time they weren't like in groups like that. But they were always photoshopping Will and Mike together, which would be Finn and Noah. And then they were always doing Finn, Noah, and Millie together. I was like, what are we doing? And the one time they had Finn and Millie next to each other, like Photoshop next to each other, was for their breakup reaction. You know, I really feel like this promo is really showing Netflix's true colors. I just feel like they've really recently been teasing that love triangle. Yeah. What's going on? I think that the biggest takeaway from seasons 1 through 4 promotion was definitely Finn reacting to the painting. They literally gave Finn the painting. They said, hey Finn, do you remember this? I'm gonna play the whole thing for you because it's so beautiful and you guys have to see this if you haven't already.
Hey Finn, do you remember this?
Oh yeah. This is the painting where I just think it's really cool and then just kind of look out the window as Will sobs away. Yeah, I remember shooting that scene. It was like a very, promotional scene for Noah. And I got the easy part that day of just kind of being oblivious.
It's nothing. It's just this painting I've been working on.
Cool. These are the four of us, and these are all like our D&D classes, I'm pretty sure. And then I'm just, I'm out there in the front. I'm on the front lines with a sword. I just feel like that's what I do in real life.
See how you're leading us here? You're guiding the whole party, inspiring us. That's what you do.
I wouldn't actually, but yeah, it's cool to see it.
But like in this clip, he's so empathetic towards Will. Like he's so sweet towards him. Oh my gosh. Another thing I just remembered, like when he was reacting to Malevin's You Never Say It scene, Finn literally was like, well, if you would have just told her you loved her, then none of this would have happened. Like he's calling Mike stupid, He's not even feeling for 11.
See, this could have happened before if you just told her you loved her.
But when he got the painting in his hands, he was like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Will. I literally just watched him cry, and I didn't do anything about it. Finn knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's upsetting the Malevins, making the Bylers so excited. What the heck? Anyways, I just think it's so special because it's like, wow. I never thought that day would come, that he was going to react to the painting. I was like, there's no way. Also, why did they give it to Finn? I guess, Finn, that's, they give it to Mike, in the show. But, I feel like you would have thought they would have given it to Noah because, Will was the one that made it. I mean, she basically commissioned it. No, she didn't, you little liar. Also, they are so going to figure out this whole painting thing, and I'm so excited. I'm hoping that he found out within the 18-month break, especially if they've been living together. Let's also hope that when we see Mike's room in season 5, that painting is up on his wall. Noah Schnapp spoiling. This is a pretty huge piece of Byler Proof. We just know Byler's gonna be endgame just based off of Noah. Literally, this is the biggest piece of proof/evidence that you should take away from this video because it's the most important and it's just so good. Noah at a panel, at an event, maybe it was in Europe or something, I literally don't know, don't come for me. I'll play the clip here. Oh my gosh, you have to watch this.
There will be, you guys will be satisfied, and I can't say how.
And we know since season 4, Noah Schnapp has been one of the biggest Byler shippers out there. He's been very open about it, and he's known for spoiling, so. But it wasn't live, it wasn't a live panel that was being recorded, so if it were to be recorded, it would have to have been from someone secretly recording it. So thank you to whoever secretly recorded that. You're literally my favorite person on the planet. I think since it wasn't live, Noah actually felt safe saying it. The Duffers are watching you. We are watching you. We know what you're doing. But in the Stranger Things 5 premiere, he was getting interviewed. He had said that he has already gotten in trouble for spoiling things.
We've seen the trailer.
And this is live? Don't put me on the spot.
If anyone's gonna spoil,
God, I've gotten in so much trouble on this tour already. But it hasn't been live, so.
Well, what are you doing? Another thing is that in a recent interview, an interviewer asked who's most likely to spoil. Literally without hesitation, they all went towards Noah, even Noah himself.
Who's most likely to accidentally spoil a major plot twist?
No. Sorry, Noah. Love you so much. I love you so much. Okay, that's okay.
Genuinely, what proof do you need after all of this? I just know Byler is endgame. They are endgame just after all of this. Sean Levy. It could be Sean Levy, don't come for me. Anyways, he is the director of many iconic Stranger Things episodes, such as Running Up That Hill. Not an episode, but a clip. He said at the Stranger Things 5 premiere that he asked Finn to carry a lot of weight. But right after that, he said he asked Noah to carry a lot of critical emotional content. And it was literally in that order. He said Finn and then he said Noah. Those were the only people he brought up, by the way. I just think it's very interesting that he, first of all, said it in that order. Those were the only 2 people he mentioned. Also, critical emotional content. Critical? Here's the definition of critical. Sean, do you have something to tell us? Because I think using the words critical and emotional, he's already been emotional, but critical? wow, I just don't even know what to say. New unreleased season 5 interview. This piece of evidence / proof got revealed as of today, and I think today is the 12th? Yeah, November 12th. Anyways, there was an interviewer who just like does like interviews of people, you know what I mean? And she posted like pictures of it that it was, you know, something upcoming, you know, something exciting upcoming. And someone in the comment section was like, oh, when can we see this? And she replied and she was like, oh, November 26th. Da, da, da. And we were like, wait, why November 26th? Like, that's a little skeptical because there's no like there has to be some kind of spoilers if you can't post it until November 26th. And someone replied to that comment of the author saying November 26th, and someone said, oh, Byler spoilers? The author literally commented and replied and said, yep, I'm gonna put the image up so that you guys can believe me. But like, genuinely, why would you do that? Also, guess what? It was deleted. You can no longer find it, but I promise I saw it with my own eyes. It was real. It was real, but it ended up getting deleted. So, by the way, the author was the interviewer, just making sure you guys knew that. But it had to have been spoilers within those few episodes, within the first volume, because that's all these interviewer people have seen. Like, the cast hasn't even seen the finale, so they can't be spoiling stuff about the finale. They would only be able to spoil stuff about the first 4 episodes, so that's why I don't think it's coming out until November 26th, because there probably are Byler spoilers, and they're from Volume 1. So this means we are getting Byler in Volume 1. You really think so? Yeah, I really do. Season 3 scripts. This is a pretty small piece of evidence, but it's way too important to not put in here. But the season 3 scripts came out. I don't know if they haven't come out yet or like if they got leaked or what happened, but I do have the first and second one. They just describe so much when it comes to any kind of scene. Like, it just really helps you understand what is supposed to come across, you know, if that makes any sense. But the opening scene for season 3, besides like, you know, the Russian stuff, when Mike sings, and nobody wants to know you now, and nobody wants to show you how. Anyways, I'll put the image of the script piece on the screen, but Malevin's kiss is described as disgusting. From memory, I think it's like, so perfect, so like innocent, so disgusting. And just so you know, the Duffer Brothers, these are actual scripts. I don't know where my first book went. It's somewhere. I really want to get the season 3 and 4 ones, but Duffer Brothers. I literally just flipped on this random page. I haven't read this yet. I've only read the first one. But it literally says, like, for one of Mike's lines, it says, closing the gate will kill him. Guess what is underlined? Kill him? We know he's talking about Will. It really does truly describe how everything is supposed to come across. Literally what I said. The gayest it's ever been. During the season 5 premiere, Noah got asked on a scale from 1 to 10 how gay is this season. Noah didn't even use numbers in this. He didn't use numbers. He said it's the gayest it's ever been. You know what, Noah? Pull up. Because what's going on? I believe Noah. I really do. Because he just doesn't care. But like, what's going to happen if he spoils something and gets in trouble? They can't kick him off the show. This is the last piece of evidence, and I think this one is kind of stupid, but it's small, and I need to include it. This new shot of Mike looking at Will. He looks at Will first, so that Will puts his hand in first. Lucas literally is clocking them. He, like, looks at Will and looks at Mike, like, yeah, that's his boyfriend, okay? That's all I have for this Byler Proof video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I cannot believe Stranger Things, from this day as I'm filming, is coming out in 2 weeks. But make sure you stay tuned, and I will catch you in the Upside Down next time. Bye!